You think the reason your leads are showing up cold is because your ads are bad, your offer isn't good, or your closer can't make sales. None of that is the real problem. People are showing up to your sales calls with zero trust, and that's not a sales problem, that's a marketing problem. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to solve this issue. I like to call it the indoctrination method, and what it is an entire propaganda machine that basically blitzes your entire lead with a bunch of content that they need to watch before they actually hop on your sales call. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this is an accurate description and how you can make the system for yourself. So this is what I like to call the indoctrination method, and it's how I engineer the decision before a call, how I pre-sell buyers before they ever talk to a closer. And it consists of 7 hours of total engagement, 11 individual touch points, and 4 different locations or platforms. So first, let me clarify what indoctrination actually means. The dictionary definition is the art, and the marketing application I'm talking about isn't. So what it actually means is, of course, manipulation, interception, and a forced belief on somebody. But how we use it in marketing is surrounding someone with the right information in the right sequence until their beliefs naturally shift towards your solution. You're not selling anybody, you're collecting decisions that were already made. Why most funnels fail is because not the offer, not because of your ads, not because you're a closer, it's this: trust. Your prospect has zero trust with you before they hop on the call with you, and they found you through maybe one ad on a platform, they consumed maybe 5 minutes of your content, they showed up cold, and your closer had to do a lot of heavy lifting and over-educate your person, explain why the offer is right for them and what the offer is and who you are as a coach. This is why cold leads are a marketing failure, not a sales failure. So this is backed by Google's 7-11-4 rule. Based on Google's research into how modern buyers build trust before making a purchasing decision, it goes into 7 hours of total engagement at 11 individual touch points at 4 separate locations or platforms. So 7 hours is not just on your website or on your Instagram, it's cumulative time spent across all the content that in every format: reels, YouTube videos, emails, webinars, podcasts. All of it adds up towards the threshold, which is why I'll get into my points later. But you need to also do individual touch points. Each interaction counts. So scrolling past a reel, seeing a story, opening an email, clicking your ad, visiting your profile, seeing a review about you somewhere. Every single one of those moves them closer to making a decision with you. And this can happen at 4 different locations or platforms. Your prospect needs to see you on multiple environments to verify you're real and credible. Instagram is obviously one, and I would say the main one, and so is YouTube. Their inbox is 3, paid ads is 4, TikTok's 5, email 6. Like, you have all these different locations you can go touch. SMS. There's so many places you can get them. School's another really big one right now. Instagram broadcast channel. And if you're only on one platform, you're giving your prospect one location. That is not enough trust to spend $5,000 to $10,000. Now, I'm not saying that they won't pay you money if they just come from one platform, but if you want to be able to fulfill the Google 7-11-4 rule on time to build enough trust, I would highly encourage expanding your platforms. So this is how beliefs actually change. Indoctrination is not one moment, it's a sequence of moments that compound. There's 5 different stages: stranger, aware, curious, believer, and then buyer. So stranger, they have never heard of you before, they have no idea who you are. Then they move into the next bucket, which is aware. They see your content and they recognize your name. Now you can get into the curious bucket, where they visit your profile, they watch multiple videos, they start following you, and they're really getting curious. They're just looking through your profile, they're like, oh, this guy's doing this guy's doing that, and they're actually interested to hear your voice, and they're like, okay, I like what this guy's saying. And then now they become a believer. They trust your methodology and they see themselves as a client result. They align with your offer, they align with what you're saying, all your hot takes, all your contrarian beliefs, they are aligned with you, which then goes to my next point, is a buyer. They already decided that they want to be a buyer, and just all they have to do is just collect money on the call. The indoctrination method engineers every single stage in this simultaneously. So here's how the method actually works. It's 5 inputs running simultaneously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So number 1 is organic content. Every piece of content adds minutes towards a 7-hour threshold. It doesn't matter if you post once a day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, at least post once a day, because even if you post a 30-second long, a minute reel, 2-minute reel, it tacks on, and the more the merrier. Every single piece of content, I've done my research, I've listened to other content strategists, every piece of content in the algorithm is treated on its own. So don't hesitate to put content out every single day. Find your formats. It's going to build familiarity before you ever reach out to anybody. It positions you as an authority in your feed, and it creates the sense that you are everywhere. When someone actually follows you, they get swarmed by your content. They get absolutely swarmed, and you want to give them multiple things to watch, especially if they come from an ad or if you're DMing them or anything like that, which goes into my next few points. You want to run weekly webinars. 90 minutes of teaching checks all 3 thresholds in one section. This is a masterpiece of what you can do for yourself, because it adds 1.5 hour minimum towards the 7-hour total of having someone purchase with you. It creates multiple touch points throughout a single event. You're asking the people to engage in the chat, you're asking them to watch something, and if someone actually stays to the end, these people are insanely hot. And it introduces a brand new location, a live environment on Webinar Jam or Zoom. Third is daily DM outreach, the touch point accelerator. This is how you get in front of your ICP every single day. And if you follow 100 of your ICP every single day and you're posting content daily, 5 to 10% of those people you follow may just go look at your profile, may start consuming your content, may see your stories, may see your client results. So by the time you DM them the next day, they may already know who you are. They may remember you from yesterday. They already saw the positioning you had in your bio. The first touch point is the follow. The second touch point 24 hours later is the first DM. They may have DM'd you already as well. And then when the DM arrives in their inbox, they have a high likely chance of already knowing who you are if you do things the right way. Number 4 is retargeting ads. Every conversion event fires a new sequence. There's gonna be 5 different buckets of content on your ads manager. The first one is an impression campaign, which is 3 seconds of an impression on a video, qualifies this as a conversion event and feeds to your pixel, moving this person into the next bucket, which is the direct response ads. These direct response ads basically are for your campaign, whether it's your VSL funnel, your book a call funnel, or ideally your webinar funnel. And once someone converts from an impression into a direct response ad bucket, impressions are very, very cheap. Conversions are more expensive, but now you're spending your real dollars on people who already showed intent for a cheap impression, right? This is how you liquidate or really drop your cost per lead, cost per sale, and cost per anything along the lines of Meta. Then you want to have 3 different buckets. Ideally, I'm doing this for webinars. You want to have 3 different buckets for the people that opt in for the webinar, people that did not attend, people that did attend that didn't book, but people that also booked and have a closing call. Now, people that did not attend, they need to get hit with new ads to get encore. They need to hear about the encore that's going to be next week because they missed this week, and we're doing it because a lot of it had to miss out because they had emergencies. Whatever you want to frame it as, you can frame it as. Then you want to move on to people that already attended the thing but didn't book. If you use Webinar Jam, you can see the drop-off rates and all that kind of stuff if you want to really further your targeting with these people with what content you hit them with. But you want to get them to book a call now, because if they've consumed the webinar, ideally you know how long. If they've consumed enough of the webinar, then you want to get them back on a call. And then the third people is the people that actually go ahead and book. You want to hammer them with objection handling, FAQ videos, post-booking videos, all those pre-call assets. You want to hammer them with in ads and force them to consume it before they talk to your closer. Now, every time your closer talks to somebody, they're going to be fully framed. They're going to be framed the right way. You don't have to over-explain. You don't have to explain why the coach is right. You don't have to go crazy on objection handling. These people are pre-sold if they attend the webinar and got hit with the retargeting ads already. Now, emails and SMS tie this all up. The inbox is the most personal platform you own. You have 4 to 5 touch points per week without being salesy, even per day. If someone opts into a webinar 5 days before, 3 days before, 2 days before, even day of, you want to hammer them with 5 emails a day, and you want to have your open rates between 30 to 40%. If you do, you're in a pretty healthy spot, because then people be watching YouTube videos, they be reading your copy about what your mindset is, what your value you want to give them is, what objection handling you want to give them, why they should attend your webinar, what are they going to miss out if they miss your webinar, etc. You can make plenty of emails to hammer them with. SMS as well. Email and SMS are different locations. Keep in mind, I said you need to hit a bunch of different locations. Think of everything as a funnel. These SMS, you send somebody with the YouTube video, they click the YouTube video, watch it, and then your description, you have TTA to go DM you on Instagram. It's like you want to create this flywheel. This is propaganda. This is indoctrination. So what happens when you run all 5 simultaneously is you have the propaganda machine running, and here are 3 people that had the propaganda machine running. D, a clothing brand owner who had a clothing brand offer, did $144,000 in just 120 days. And keep in mind, this is without paid ads. No viral moment, just structure. Everything was tracked, every touch point was engineered, and close rates were 50 to 70% on the organic offer. Hannah, a bridal hairstylist coaching offer, made $42K in just 5 days off one launch. Zacc, a barbershop coaching offer we went into ads with, spent $3K in ads and made $15K back, a 5x ROAS, which is very, very healthy. The goal was never just to get a book call with these people. The goal was to get a decision made by the prospect before they even spoke to the sales team. The real job is not to build a funnel. It's to engineer the belief shift that makes buying feel inevitable before a prospect ever talks to a sales rep or picks up the phone. So what most coaches are doing right now is just building a funnel, running one ad, hiring a closer and a setter, and hoping and praying that they make a sale. What the propaganda machine does is it surrounds the prospect with the right content in the right sequence, engineers the decision before the call, and it makes the closer's job collecting cash, not convincing somebody why they should buy your service. And if you want this built for you, I build the full indoctrination method for all my clients, done for you, for coaches and consultants and even service providers. The content system, the webinar build, the retargeting ads, the email, the SMS sequence, the sales team setup, everything you need, I can do. Now, if you want to work with me, DM me the word indoctrinate on Instagram and I'll see if I can help you out. I also have a link in the description if you want to work with me one-on-one, or if you want to work on my sales team. If you're a sales rep, a DM setter, or a closer, click the link in the description. I've collected around $670,000 plus in cash across all my clients, so results speak for themselves. And thank you for watching.